Thanks for coming in. Here's Brooke sitting there in not a very good posture. So
Not
from
at
your
all,
point of view
no.
as an osteopath, and in a nutshell, the difference between an osteopath and a chiropractor?
Very similar, however, osteopaths tend to look at the body as a whole, whereas when a chiropractor treats the problem, they tend to focus on the spine and adjusting the spine and figuring things out accordingly.
There she is, sitting, and, you know, we would normally sit.
Yes, indeed.
Like
well,
that.
not ideal, as you can see.
Brooke, sloppily.
Slouching. Well,
yes. So, posture, very important.
Very important. A lot of back pain I see in my GP surgery is related to people sat at a desk all day long. We weren't designed for sitting in chairs all day long, and that's why we get lots of lower back pain in particular.
So sitting properly is important, Nick?
Sitting properly is very, very important. As Dr. Anita alluded to, you're putting a lot of pressure through the spine as you're sitting down.
So for Brooke to sit properly, how
So
should she sit?
in order to sit properly, it's pretty obvious, but making sure you're using the chair properly. So first things first, getting your bum
Bottom
right to
right
the back.
in the corner.
So you're reproducing the lovely curves in the spine over there and avoiding an unnecessary head tilt as she was when
Now that's
she was
difficult,
slouched.
of course, when you're working on a laptop that's somewhere here. You know, you've got to get the angles
Well,
right.
it's important to get the desk height right. Unfortunately, as useful as laptops are, of course, they're not as good as a desktop because everything is much wider, so you're in a much better position, your body's more open.
Oh, whereas with a
So with a laptop, you're a lot more hunched up.
That's
An
interesting.
iPad's even worse, and an iPhone's even worse still.
Wow,
so,
right.
It's making sure you're
So
using them right.
we've got sitting properly. We've got that. Give us some stretch things that
So
we
a
can
few
do now
stretches
to
to
get
do if
better.
you do have to be sitting at your office or in your chair for a while. So a nice one to start off with is just if you just lift your right knee up towards your chest. So what this is doing is really stretching the muscles in the glutes, so the big muscles in your backside there, and into the lower back as well. And you hold that for 10 seconds, and then relax the leg down, and then obviously repeat
Same on the other side. Anything else?
And then another nice stretch is to, if you do the same leg again, rest the heel on the side there. And to begin with, you can feel a nice stretch in the same area, just like that, or to take it just a step further, if you just lean forward from your chest, and you'll feel a nice stretch in the lower back there.
So it's feeling those muscles being used and tensioned and relaxed.
Not staying in one position all day
Too long.
If we can get people in offices doing this regularly through the day,
well,
fantastic.
but you'd feel a lot better as well, you know, and the old happiness thing would start to come through Charles's attitude. Now, there's a classic, lifting a box.
Classic lifting a box. The usual mistake is obviously to just stick the butt out and straight down, rather than using the nice strong muscles in our backside
So it's
and
the
our
old
legs.
skiing thing?
Bends the knees,
Bends the
absolutely.
knees.
So it's making sure the back is nice and flat, utilising these nice strong muscles, bringing the box close to you and making sure the load is nice and close to you.
Within
if it's
you.
out there, you're going to strain your back.
So you've got a mat there. I suspect, Brooke, you're going to get more exercise than you bargained for you. The mat is for?
The mat is for the following. Obviously, the most important thing is to get up from this position. So in the office, get everybody moving. A nice exercise here is called the cat pose. So as Brooke's demonstrating here, nice position here, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, the back nice and flat to begin with, so just draw the muscles up, and as she draws her back up, arches the back, brings the chin to the chest, and then as you breathe out, brings the chin up, and that will not only stretch these areas back and front, it'll also act as a nice strengthening exercise as well.
So deep breathing as well.
Deep breathing throughout. Breathing is always important.
Wonderful. Thank you both very much. I'm going to go over to Lucy now, because, as ever, she'll have dietary suggestions